Taylor Holmes here from THiNC. This one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of looking at one specific movie, we're going to be talking about specifically about the year at large. Going to just talk about more ratings and more overview and what was big and what was not so big on the site. Had a ton of fun with you all this past year. We changed our emphasis about a year ago and shifted it more to Patreon and interaction with you guys. I had a lot of fun talking to a lot of you and meeting a lot of you and hearing about what movies you really like and what movies you really enjoy. It was tons of fun discussing movies on Discord, chatting on the chat server with you. It was an insightful thing to learn from you guys, to ask you guys what was mattered and what were the movies that you mostly want to talk about. To that end, we had a ton of movies that were huge on the site that have been for a while. The biggest, obviously, by far, by a long, long, long shot far, especially if you count the various permutations for the movie and the various posts that I've done, was Dark. That just goes without saying. My infographics were huge online, and lots of people needed help understanding Dark, and I was pretty rabid all the way through 2020, making familial infographics and charts and connections between the groups. If you haven't seen those, you gotta go check them out. Mainly because I spent hundreds of hours building those stupid infographics. It was fun. I like that. But they definitely paid off because tons and tons and tons of people have seen them and brought a lot of new people through. The second overall post on the site was Spinning Man, and that's because that is a very confusing movie, and the fact that the movie inferred that he didn't do it at all, and he was actually innocent, even though he was saying he was guilty. False innocence, false confessions. That was a really fascinating movie. And then the third, can you guess? Buster's Malheart. That one has been big on the site for a long time now. But what were the biggest movies for the entire year that were written this past year? Maybe pause the movie and try and guess which were the I didn't guess correctly. Did you guess? Did you pause? Come on, play along. Pause it, then guess. Um, the biggest single movie that was written, I wrote about this year, and it did come out this year, was Black Bear. That was a mind job of a movie. Tons of fun, really great actors, really great acting, but it was the screenplay that made this one so confusing and really hard to decrypt. Lots of fun there with the shifting and inverting of the story and the timeline and the inside outness of it. I shared it with somebody here at my office space, and he was just like, "What the heck? What the heck?" But we had fun talking about it. The second one is a recent one, and we had tons of fun talking about it on Discord. Does that help you guess? Come on. Western, Power of the Dog, Cumberbatch and company. That was a good one. Very ambiguous in who was good, who was bad. I think the fact that it went straight to video, I think it did, right? HBO Max maybe, really helped it out on the site. Another one, big one for us. This one, I think I'm fudging a little bit. I think I wrote at the end of 2020, but right at the end, I believe. International film. Tons of fun talking about it. Did I talk about it? What did it come out? No, I think it was this year. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it had a lot of play this past year. Was White Wall, the series, mainly because it was so confusing at the end. What happened there at the end? Don't want to give any spoilers here, but if you haven't seen that yet, definitely check it out. What was the water? What happened with the water? Why? Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers. Yeah. All right. The number four slot for the year was the movie Settlers, the Mars one. I know a bunch of you had a lot of issues with it from a continuity standpoint. Whereas there, just the fact that they were running around without helmets and stuff like that. That didn't bother me as much as it bothered a lot of you. I loved that movie. I loved Settlers. I really had a lot of fun with Settlers, and regardless of the I'm fine assuming that there was a dome on top of the dome on top of the dome. That didn't bother me. Um, the terror of it, the deconstruct, like the way things kind of fell apart. Love that. Yeah, that was a good one. And then the final one was the Tangle. I've been waiting for this movie for the better part of 2 years. Can't remember the actor's name who ended up directing it. It definitely had a noir, modern sci-fi noir sort of feel to it. A lot of fast dialogue. Really interesting movie. If you haven't seen any of these movies, you got to check them out. But I'm betting a lot of you have seen all of them. They're good. They're good shows and movies and a lot of fun. The email list has continued to go up, even though I have blocked a lot of the new content only to Patreon members, and I'm not sure why I haven't seen a big drop off. I expected the mailing list to tank some, but it's continued to go up, and I haven't seen a huge bailing out of people. And I think mainly it's because the email readers they use the titles as movie suggestions that I go over. So whether they read my write up or not, I think they use it as a movie suggestion list. I think that's why there hasn't been a huge drop off. Although 25%, depending on the month or the week, 25 to 30% open it every week, which is, I don't know if you've been in the internet business or not, but that's unheard of. Like normally 3-5% is a pretty normal open rate. So I'm stoked about that. That's exciting. Engagement is still happening, and people are enjoying the movie recommendations, whether or not they open read past the Patreon block or not. That's no big deal. So overall, the site's doing well. I'm loving the Discord stuff, loving that you guys are a part of it. The growth of the Patreon has almost doubled in the last couple months with my blocking the content with Patreon and pushing that direction. And if anything, I want to double down and continue to invest on the Patreon side. If there's things that you guys want to do, or competitions to be had, or just fun to be had on Discord or in email or on the website itself, I'm totally open to that and interested. I love the community and really enjoying all the fun we've been having. Hopefully the movies will get better in 2022. Hopefully the mind jobby type indie movies will start coming out again. There haven't been a ton, but there's still really good movies out there. Just not as many crazy, insightful mind jobby type films that we're used to. So hopefully we'll get more here soon. But we've had a lot of fun, a lot of talking, a lot of enjoyment across the board on Discord and on the site. So thank you so much. I owe you guys a ton. You get my gratitude, thankfulness for, and I pray that you guys are really well in the Christmas season and in the new year. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you. All right. Take care, everybody.